On July 22, 1961, a strange-looking craft could be seen on the surface of the Gorky Reservoir near the town of Chkalovsk. It was not an airplane, the wings were too small. Neither it was a motorboat, since it moved too fast, slightly above the water surface. It was a machine based upon a wing-in-ground effect piloted by designer Rostislav Alexeyev. The entire history of the Russian wing-in-ground vessels is closely connected with the name of this man. By that time, he was long working in the shipbuilding industry and was known as a talented designer. From the beginning, Alexeyev was dissatisfied with the vessel's low speed and was trying to find a way to increase it. The solution seemed obvious. Since water produced the main reluctance to the vessel's movement, its contact with water was supposed to be minimal. The vessel was going to be taken out of water into the air, which reluctance was significantly lesser. But how to lift the vessel above water? Alexeyev found such a solution as hydrofoils. He did not really invent them, but having chosen them as the main method of reaching his goal, he achieved outstanding results in this course. Hundreds of tests were made in order to find the optimum combination of the hydrofoil form and its immersion. Alexeyev found the vessel on underwater wings was now self-stabilizing at any speed. This was the main point in which the designer succeeded over its predecessors. The underwater wing-based vessels became more fast. However, they still had a speed limit of around 140 kilometers per hour. But the need was to move faster. Alexeyev did not want to stop. He came to a conclusion that since the underwater wings were impeding the speed growth, they should be abandoned. The vessel could be kept above the surface by the wing-in-ground effect. That's how the wing-in-ground vessel was born. This machine has obvious advantages in speed as compared to a vessel and in payload as compared to an aircraft. Besides, it needs a more or less plain surface. No wonder that first experiments were conducted on water, the white glass calm surface created by nature. At Gorky Reservoir, Alexeyev established a wide-range research phase, including a basin, a wind tunnel, assembled workshops, repair shops, and laboratory. The first machine mentioned above was identified as SM-1. For better directional stability, it had two wings, one in the front and one in the back. SM-1 was propelled by one jet engine. Works went in such a hurry that it was even not put into the engine nacelle. The outlook did not matter, since every flight was bringing minor and major discoveries. After a series of tests, Alexeyev got confident in the machine's stability. He realized that a principally new type of transport vehicle was being born, which could be more efficient than the others. It was high time to invite military representatives. It was easier to obtain contracts with them. Soon high-ranking officials appeared. They were not only shown SM-1 but were taken for a ride. Alexeyev was confident in the reliability of his machine. One of the guests, Dmitry Ustinov, liked the journey at a speed of 200 kilometers per hour. In the USSR Council of Ministers, he was responsible for the military-industrial matters. The Navy commanders also liked the new machine. High speed close to that of an aircraft, ability to move not only above water but to base on shore. Making his presentation, Alexeyev hoped to obtain support, and he was right. The wing-in-ground machine attracted interest. The next SM-2 was made with the account of the first machine. The major novelty applied was the under-wing air feed. With this aim, special booster engines were put in the front part. The air feed provided for the machine's lift-off at minimal speed. The lift-off regime was the main problem of the wing-in-ground machine. Soon, this became the key solution in making the wing-in-ground machine more efficient. Such aerodynamic layout with the engines of different designations became classical for all future wing-in-ground machines. Alexeyev decided to show his SM-2 to Nikita Khrushchev. With this purpose, the machine was delivered to the Khimki Reservoir in Moscow. There was no time to install cruise engines, so SM-2 demonstrated its abilities only with the boosters. But even in such a capacity, Khrushchev liked the machine. He appreciated the promising military advantage over the enemies, and most of all the fact that there was no such a wonder machine abroad. Khrushchev eagerly supported everything where his country would have superiority. At that time, in the West, this topic did not have the same kind of deep and wide-scale development. The task was thought to be technically super complicated. Investments could be lost with no evident result. Enthusiasts were making minor samples, while Western military circles refused to risk investing into huge combat wing-in-ground machines. It was different in the USSR. As soon as there was hope to be ahead of the enemy, the funding of the program was found. As we see, the idea of the Russian wing-in-ground machines could have not come true if there had not been several circumstances coming together. First of all, there was a talented, persistent to the new idea designer. Secondly, his idea coincided with the Navy's wish to obtain an innovative combat machine which analog the enemy did not possess. Finally, designers' works were enjoying support of the country leadership. Further test samples were aimed to improve the air feed system, optimize the wing size, and resolve other problems of the wing-in-ground machines. However, the country leadership already expected exact combat copies. It was an uneasy time. The Cold War was at its highest point. The world ocean was turned into the arena of confrontation.